pretty big because of the Lotus Cobras.
Yeah, pretty interesting matchup. Yeah, this Jund deck is pretty neat. It's so mid-rangey, but we haven't really had something like this in Standard for a while.
No, we really have not.
It'd be cool to see if this takes off after this event. I remember after Donnie Nolan played his deck, I expected to see a lot more of it, and then we just never did. So, but Solemn Simulacrum is like a great card for this deck. Grim Lavamancer is a pretty neat card. I was actually surprised we haven't seen Grim Lavamancer show up in more control decks, because in Legacy, a lot of control decks use Grim Lavamancer to good effect.
It's not as much of a Visara as it is in that format, but it does its job pretty well.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. We'll see if maybe some of the Cobblade decks will start playing red for Grim Lavamancer, much like they used to play Cunning Spark Mage.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to splash.
So here we go. And speaking of Grim Lavamancer,
right there on the table.
There's a nice foily one.
Jason led on an island.
Yep, island. And looks like no turn 1 play from Jason, but he's got a turn 2 Pyromancer Ascension.
That can get active real fast. And Korey really doesn't have a way to kill that once it's in play, does he?
No, he does not have a good answer to Pyromancer Ascension in his whole deck, so that's certainly something that he has to be wary of. Although, I don't think Ascension is nearly as scary as the Splinter Twin combo.
Yeah,
and even though
just dying's worse than getting Pyromancer's Ascension over several turns.
And even if Jason's, it looks like Korey casts Duress, sees a hand of Deceiver, Exarch, Mana Leak, into the Royal, Mountain.
I think he takes Mana Leak here.
Likely takes the Mana Leak. Depending on what's in Korey's hand. I think Mana Leak's got to be right, though.
Yeah,
it'll just delay you too much.
It's a card that's probably going to interact the most. Into the Royal is cool, but taking the first one makes the Ascension get active faster.
Yeah.
And that Mana Leak's just going to be the biggest problem.
I agree with that. I would also take the Mana Leak here. And the way it works with Ascension is, even though... So, Jason has very few ways to win with Ascension. He's got 4 Burst Lightnings.
Right.
And so, assuming that he can't combo you out, he has to kill you with those Burst Lightnings, which gives you a ton of time. And if Korey is bringing in Memoricides and Surgical Extractions, he could very realistically just get rid of all of Jason's ways to win the game. All you have to do is get rid of either Deceiver, Exarch, or Splinter Twin. Then you essentially have a ton of time to find a way to deal with the Burst Lightnings.
Yeah. Probably Deceiver, Exarch, might just die to random 1/4 beats, but never going to die to Splinter Twin. That card cannot attack. Jason draws an island, I believe, and passes the turn.
Alright, so...
Deceiver, Exarch up. Into the Royal, unkicked up.
So Jason has some options for to cast this turn. He could kick and unkick into the Royal, but I doubt he'll do that. He could potentially play that Exarch and block, so Korey's not going to be attacking with that Lavamancer unless he's got a trick up his sleeve. Well, some might be worth pretending to go to combat to see if he'll blow it. But.
Surgical Extraction is also really nice as kind of an instant speed way to not get, like, they play a spell that's dual. You just want the Pyromancer's Ascension to not get off. Just Surgical Extraction in response, and it has a intervening if, I believe. No, it's not intervening.
It does not. So the weird thing about Pyromancer Ascension is it just triggers...
The other one has the intervening F.
Yeah.
Correct. My bad.
That was how you always beat Relic Representatives back in last year, because what would happen is you just play a bunch of spells in response to each other, and even if they killed your graveyard in response, the Ascension would still get the counters. Yeah. So you have to kind of preemptively Surgical Extract. You have to make a very careful extraction. Let's see, so Jason plays his 4th land, leaving up into the Royal, so he can cantrip a little bit, maybe work towards getting his Ascension online by having that second
Splinter Twins.
He also drew Splinter Twins.
So this game could be over almost immediately.
So, and Korey doesn't know about that, so if Jason drops the Deceiver Exarch, Duress. Well, that's going to pick apart Jason's hand.
I think you just have to let him see.
Yeah, we don't really have any options.
No need. Yeah.
And Splinter Twin is going away?
Not necessarily. Depends what's in Korey's hand.
Yeah, Splinter Twin goes away. I think especially because you want Splinter Twin in the graveyard so you could extract it.
Oh, that's true.
Like there are numerous reasons why I feel that's a strong play. But yeah, you could take Into the Royal, but I don't think that's good for the reasons previously discussed. And you can't take Deceiver Exarch. So taking the card that could just instantly kill you if Jason draws protection is,
I was thinking maybe if he has a bunch of removal, he wants to take the cards that can get him to whatever he needs that isn't that.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly possible. I always try and make plays like that, and then I just
lose because they just outdraw you?
Yeah, and then, they just draw their Mana Leak or Spell Pierce, go with it, and I'm like, man, why did I let them have their awesome card? So I just stopped doing that, and then I find to win a lot more.
So that's a kicked into the Royal?
Okay, so no Exarch comes down to block, just kicks it, and Jason draws a card. I think it's that another Pyromancer.
Yes, it is.
That's what it looked like to me.
I guess I did forget in ways to kill. The 4 burst lightnings might be enough. You know, you might only need 1 if you have multiple Pyromancers going on.
Oh, that's totally true.
Yeah.
But still, if you extract all the burst lightnings, those Pyromancer Ascensions can't kill. They're, I don't know, like Gardener Snakes or something.
Yeah.
So Jason plays his second Ascension. Neither of them have any counters yet, so they'll be upping and ascending at the same time. Unlike Gen decks in the past, no Maelstrom Pulses exist here, so those Pyromancer Ascension are safe. I can't quite get a good glimpse at Korey's hand, but he's got full grip there. Wonder what he's considering.
Possibly waiting until he gets to more mana to make some kind of relevant threat.
26 lands in his deck.
That is
7 of them fetch
just
land.
the Lavamancer again.
8 of them manlands. So he's got a full 8 manlands.
Yes.
Korey's not fooling around. He knows that manlands are key.
Cracking the fetch for probably a forest.
And gets his land. And what's he going to play down this turn? Thron the last troll.
Sometimes you just gotta bring the beats. And that guy does it pretty well.
Sometimes you just got to troll him. And yeah, Thron.
I think if you're Jason, you just have to play this Exarch here.
Yeah. I mean, because you could just win if you just draw a
Yeah.
Splinter Twin or a Ponder or something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Can't mize if you don't try.
Yeah, can't mize if you don't try. Right? You can only make the shots you take.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's just right to cast it there.
Yeah.
He's tapped out. That's a Ponder.
Was it?
Pretty sure that was a Ponder.
Looked like a third into the roll to me, but
I might have
I'll
been into the royal.
You've looked his cards.
If it was Ponder, he would have jammed it by now, right?
I think it's 2 into the roll. So
Oh man. Now that does level up both Pyromancer Ascensions.
And draw a lot of cards, but that Thron, you know,
Oh yeah, that's
you
another
gotta,
one.
yeah, you gotta deal with that clock right there.
So he's tapping 4. Gonna into the royal.
Grim Lavamancer, just
Okay.
draw the card, see what happens.
All right.
1 counter on the Pyromancers.
All right, and leaves his Deceiver Exarch open to removal. All right, there's a Splinter, or not a Splinter Twin. There's a Scalding Turn.
Slightly worse.
Same initials, however, not the same card. And Jason has that other end of the well in his hand.
I think Korey's just gonna start beating down with that manland and Thron.
Yeah, and those guys can do a ton of damage.
You might actually have to kill that Exarch first, but
Yeah.
it's about time for the beatdowns to happen.
Yeah, that wow. All right, Dismember. If that guy's going away, if you're Jason, do you have to into the royal it back, or do you want to hold on to it?
I think you're fine with that guy dying. Actually, you don't really have any other targets in play. That Lavamancer's probably not gonna come down.
You don't want to bounce
Probably
your
just
own-
gotta burn it.
Yeah.
And tap a Raging Ravine for a turn to chump a Thron. I think you just gotta get those active and hope you draw cantrips out of this.
I think the way you're going to win this game is by finding a Splinter Twin. Because even if you ascend twice,
If you ascend twice, I think you can probably Burst Lightning him out.
15.
Korey Fate is at
maybe.
15.
If you draw perfectly, yeah. But if there's a clock that's dealing 8 damage a turn, that means Jason Hager has 2 turns left to live. Or
It's not really 8 damage a turn because of the Deceiver Exarch. And if he draws a cantrip, it's just, you know, oh, found another Deceiver Exarch. Oh, found another Deceiver Exarch.
Right. No, I feel that's why he needs to ascend and then bounce the Exarch. Because that's going to be his main route to winning this game. Is
Yeah.
like if he picks up the Exarch, draws a Ponder, could easily just find Splinter Twin,
Yeah.
right? And then maybe Korey just doesn't have another removal spell.
Or maybe his triple Ponder finds him anything.
Right.
Mana Leaks, anything.
Basically, it's how good is the top of Jason's deck right now.
Yep.
All right, so Dismember.
Though Korey could just have, you know, a Duress or something to take that Exarch out and see where that goes.
Yeah, if he's got Inquisition or Despise, it'd be a big problem. Okay, so Korey just bashes it for 4, plays a land, cracks it,
That's
getting
probably
his fifth land. What is he going to cast for 5?
Garrick? Like a Garrick?
Maybe he left them in.
I think you'd leave a few in.
Time to go Primal.
Yeah. Draw 4 cards.
You could draw 4.
It's probably worse than just making a 3-3.
Yeah, you make
though.
it 3-3 this turn,
Yeah.
then draw 4 next turn,
Yeah.
probably, right?
No, you should probably make a 3-3 every turn.
And yeah, there's
Yeah, there we go.
there's the brand new M12 rare, Garrick Primal Hunter.
Probably going to 4 counters, making a 3-3.
Yeah, it makes it 3-3.
Yeah.
And then next turn, I'm pretty sure you just want to draw 4 cards and try and find a more side of Surgical Extraction or something. Make sure you don't randomly lose. So Spell Pierce, that's going to be not great.
That's not what you were looking for.
Will do good work against Surgical Extraction and Moraside, but that's pretty unimpressive. Yeah. Right now, when you're facing down 7 points of creature power plus a bunch of mana lands.
I mean, just a Ravine, but you know that alone is dead in 2 easily.
Let's see. Jason just doesn't have a lot of options right now.
Yeah.
Well, Korey has all the chips.
Generic beatdown. Sometimes
Inquisition.
that Spell Pierce does in fact counter it. A 1 mana counter target Inquisition.
Yeah, I think you have to use that.
Yeah.
Here.
It's either gonna get Spell Pierced or it's just gone.
I mean, I guess you could play your Exarch instead if you wanted to and just tap something now.
Yeah.
But I
it's
mean,
better to
either
wait.
way, it's the same result, right? Your Spell Pierce goes away.
Yeah. Maybe this way he like.
What's the
uses-
advantage to playing the Exarch now?
He taps the swamp, forces a go for the throat. Right. There's nothing.
You can just
The
float
opponent
the mana.
misplays. Yeah. That's the advantage. His opponent misplays.
All right. I mean, it still leaves hidden information, I guess, but not for long. Oh man, I can't quite make out the last cards of Korey's hand, but all right. So looks like Korey's just going to let his Raging Ravine get tapped, probably floating a mana,
Yeah.
and then that gets Spell Pierced, or rather, it takes Spell Pierce. And now Korey's got a mana left. And he's going to draw 4 cards. If he finds some Moraside or Surgical Extraction, it's going to be a huge blow.
Yeah. Just name Burst Lightning at this point, probably. Or there's a twin an XR can play. Could just die.
Yeah, I would just name Splinter Twin. Then you have infinite time to deal with
It's true.
the Pyromancer Ascension thing.
Yeah, 1 Burst Lightning is not lethal. You need the second. Having a green mana
I'll just go over it.
for the floating.
Yeah, plus
Okay.
1 that was floating.
He's not played a land this turn as far as I know.
Correct. And he's got, looks like he's got at least 2 lands in his hand. Now he's trying to figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his turn.
Too many cards, don't know what's up.
It's a hard life when your green Planeswalker is drawing you 4 cards.
Yeah. Hard life.
Alright. Blocks there. I don't know if I like that attack with the Beast token. Because you don't want to get whittled away by a 1/4 attack. 1/4, I guess.
You can still afford one. Like, 1 hit doesn't actually put you to
Yeah.
lethal range off a single Burst Lightning, so.
Let's see. Alright. There's Grim Lavamancer. And there's another Lavamancer. Double Lavamancer by Korey Fay.
This
Oh, man.
looks.
Looking good for Korey.
Jason.
Jason just
has
drew
to
a
have
blank,
it or die.
right? I'm pretty sure he just drew a blank. I think
Probably just very dead.
I think that's it. I was looking at the board trying to figure out what other options he has, and I think that's all the chips right there.
Has the turn. No, very, very dead.
Well, let's see. If Korey, Korey's attacks for 3, 4, 5. So I think Jason can survive 1 turn if Korey doesn't activate a mana land, and then he could potentially draw Ponder and maybe do something.
How does he survive a turn if you burn down the XR immediately? Just double burn it right now.
Double what? Oh, double.
Just kill the Exarch.
Like if Korey
Like
messes
that.
up and just attacks,
Yeah.
but I mean he just doesn't know what Jason has in his hand. But I'd probably just activate a man land, leaving up 2 red,
There's just so many things he can do to win.
Yeah, so many different plays. As long as Korey doesn't make the one play that he'll lose from, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, and that's it. And he sees it. Jason Hager goes down. Corey Fay, with his Jun deck, advances to the semifinals. That is exciting times.
Yeah. That deck is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is very neat to see a
Jun
Jun.
beats real hard.
Yeah. Wow. Very, very cool. So Jason Hager, congratulations to him with his Blue-Red Powermaster Ascension Splinter Twin deck. Didn't quite make it out into the semifinals. Instead, tomorrow we'll be following this Jun player as he fights against a Cobblade deck in the semifinals. Who's going to win that matchup?
Well, someone with Squadron Hawk.
The Jun deck versus the Cobblade deck? Oh, I mean,
I
like
thought you
Jun
meant the
versus
Cobblade
Cobblade.
mirror. I was like, what kind of question is that? I feel like the Call deck's favored, but I mean, the Jun deck's just mid-range, and the Call deck's aggro control. And the aggro control deck always beats the mid-range deck, just always.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like Ka's favored too, but I mean, this Jun deck is pulling out tricks left and right, so who knows what it could be able to manage tomorrow. I mean, you Inquisition away something.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
But just, I think the cards in the Call deck are just better. The only thing the Jun deck really has is that the Call deck's a little reliant on cards like Hero to win, so you can kill the Hero, you can probably have a game.
In the meantime, congratulations to Sorceries, who just won 3 months of free premium on StarCityGames.com for answering the question. Our trivia question was, which Star City Games player, grinder, comes out to all these events? We featured him in round 1. Who was he? The answer?
Drew Levin, and he was playing Power Masters Ascension.
How appropriate. He actually lost the first round to Cladotha Red, but came back.
Demolished round 1.
Yeah, but came back and actually put up a reasonable record in this event. So congratulations to Sorceries for getting the question correct. You win 3 months of free premium. It should be added to your account, or you should be contacted about it within the next couple days. You should have it sometime next week. Go check out all the great content over on the premium side. All kinds of great M12 reviews happening now, all kinds of great reports, maybe reports from this very tournament. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these players wrote about their cool new decks.
Yeah.
So it's something to keep in mind going into the next week.
And all those reports will be linked to on Star City Games by Lauren Lee at some point, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Just let her know that they exist, and she will do that.
Yeah, no matter what site you write for, although I guess if we're telling you now, you're probably not here in the top 8. But, no matter what site you write for, if you just want to hear all the different reports around the net, we'll link to all of them. So, in the meantime, tomorrow, we're going to give away 6 more months of premium, plus a Gen Con badge, a badge to Gen Con, valued at about $75 or so, which is really extravagant. Gen Con is just such a cool event to go to. I'm going for my first time this year. I've heard nothing but great things. And Nationals is there. There's going to be all kinds of Magic events, other games. No matter what you're into, there's something there for any gamer.
Yeah, and even if you don't know if you're into those things, there's just boosts. You can just do whatever you want. You know, you want to try out a board game, there will be a demo booth. I guarantee it.
Like, have you ever wanted to LARP? Like, this is your chance, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever wanted to play D&D? Like, this is your chance to learn. So
It's huge.
yeah.
When they hold the Star City in Indy and they hold it at the convention center, you're like, oh, let's go. Yeah, you have like one room, and it's this giant complex. It's like, oh, and Gen Con spills out over this entire building. It's massive.
Yeah, it is unbelievable, and it's coming up in just 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really exciting. I'm so excited to go. You guys have no idea. So I'll be seeing you guys at Gen Con. Hopefully you'll be there. At least 2 of you will win badges to go. So stay tuned as in the finals tomorrow as we give away a Gen Con badge, as well as in the finals of the Legacy. Finals of the Standard tomorrow, as well as in the finals of the Legacy. So that should be exciting.
Do you have any updates on the other matches yet? Or
I've not received any updates on the other matches